speak up a little bit?
Okay. Okay.
You're deathly quiet. I know why you're deathly quiet. Talk now.
Hello.
Oh, now you're too fucking loud. Talk now.
Hello. Hello.
No, right. Hold on a second. It's there. Right, talk now, please.
Okay. Hi.
No.
Yes.
Fucking hell. No, smidge up. Right, try now.
Okay. Hi.
I'm Nigel, and I've got a sexy voice. Go on.
We're broadcasting, by the way.
Are we? Okay. All right. Thanks, Nige. Thanks for.
I did say I'm pushing the button, and I thought it was all set up.
Sorry. No, what it was is I turned the volume down on the thing to capture the podcast. So let me just hit the button and we'll start all over again. But no one will ever notice because no one's joined in with us at the moment. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, gamers and geeks alike. It's time for this week's gaming roundup. It's week 42, and it's the meaning of life. And as always, I'm joined with me by our social media darling and my constant stalwart on all these videos. It's Nigel. Say hello, Nigel.
Hello.
How are we doing?
What?
How are things?
Okay. Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, right. So this week we'll be talking about the following. We'll be talking about Minecraft Story Mode, Rocket League, Star Wars Battlefront Beta, Homeworld Shipbreakers, Fallout 4, Allison Road, a little few bits on Metal Gear, and Microsoft Kinect, and Until Dawn. So nice, she'll kick this bastard off. I should get on with it.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So let's start with the first one. The first one's a great one because I bought this. It's Minecraft Story Mode. Now, Telltale have released quite a few games in regards to The Walking Dead, Back to the Future, Sam & Max, all these other things. And I have an opinion of Telltale, and my opinion isn't as high as everyone else's. My opinion of them is quite low, which I think is... I think my opinion is justified because I've played a lot of Telltale stuff. I like their stuff, but there's something that's just not there. And when you play things like that, it seems to show through. And an example of this is Minecraft Story Mode. Now, I was expecting pretty much a Saturday morning kids cartoon show for it. And that's what I got. I got a Saturday morning kids cartoon. I sat down with my son and we played through it and we made the decisions and this, that, and the other. And we both enjoyed it. The problem we found was it's incredibly short, yeah? And when you watch the videos, you get an impression that they're going to put like a filter on it to make the graphics just a little bit more kind of crisp and kind of polished and whatnot, which they didn't bother doing, and it just used actual Minecraft graphics. So that was a little disappointing. And a lot of other people have turned around and gone, it's it's okay, it's not fantastic, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. I don't know why. I'm going to put a review out of it. I'll put a review out on it just to put my thoughts out there properly on it. But have you looked at the Telltale Story Mode game?
I've seen the trailer for it.
You've seen the trailer? Seen the trailer for it?
It just looks like Minecraft, to be honest. And it's episodic, right?
Yes, it's episodic. I didn't buy the season pass. I thought I'd buy the first one because if Dexter didn't like that, it wasn't worth buying the season pass.
Yeah, so don't tell me. It lasted about 2 hours.
Yep, almost exactly 2 hours. Actually, I think less than 2 hours. I think it was about 1 hour 45, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a typical episode length for a Telltale episode of a game, of any game that they put out. Doesn't matter the type. That's how long it will be.
Do you think that Telltale should just forego this episodic nonsense and just go, boom, here's a whole game?
Well, it's kind of their MO, isn't it? So if they did that, I don't know how much money it actually makes them compared to shelling out, say, 25 quid for an entire story. If you think it's you're getting 6 episodes usually, how much is it an episode? $5?
It's a $5 an episode. So was it $5 or 25? $25 quid for 5 episodes. So yeah.
Yeah. So whether or not you'd get that for something that lasts technically 12 hours, 25 quid, 12-hour long game, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure. The whole idea is to keep you in suspense until the next one is released. I never had that because I just bought The Walking Dead. I was late to the party as usual, and I bought The Walking Dead outright, season 1 outright. I even bought the 400 Days for The Walking Dead season 1, which is meant to sort of like sit in between that and season 2. I bought season 2 as well. Got it at the same time, sort of deals. And I haven't even played season 2 yet because I was a bit off by the time I finished The Walking Dead.
I think that the Walking Dead Telltale thing, I could get shut down for this, but I think it's a bit fucking overrated. It was like kind of, oh, this great story between Lee and Clementine. I'll be honest with you, the actress who did the Clementine's voice, who's grown up, just grated on me so much. And it's like kind of just feed her to the fucking zombies. And it was like kind of, these characters a bit more interesting. It's like kind of, okay, I'll compare it to another character who's in a similar vein, and we'll say the girl from The Last of Us, yeah? She was irritating in places, but the main character said that she was irritating in places, so it kind of made sense and whatnot, and it kind of fitted in with the writing and stuff, but I don't think it's quite up to the standard that everyone said it was, and I think it's a little frustrating. My impression of Telltale games is you have these kind of story bits, but it's mostly puzzles, and they've kind of dropped the whole puzzle thing. Because when you were playing it, I played Sam and Max. I can't remember what the Sam and Max game was, but I was playing it, and it was like Devil's Toys, I think was the first one. And it was great because you're trying to figure out the puzzle, blah, 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 this, that, and other. There was one puzzle that I could not do, and I had to go to the internet. It was one on the train. We had to put transforming him into a bottle, put him on a tray, get the tray to these dwarf things. They'd argue, and then they roll past. He'd then roll past the door and then appear inside the cabin, and then they'd all leave, which was not obvious at all, not obvious in the slightest. So I had to do that. But when it comes back to the Minecraft game, I like the characters in it. I like the story. I like the storyline in it. It wasn't, it wasn't too involved a game. There were a few bits in it where it's like kind of the characters say crap and freaking, which sounds like frigging, which is a bit of a rude word here in the UK. So I don't think Telltale is as good as everyone else thinks they are.
No, if I'm honest, I think Square Enix did really well with Life is Strange. The graphics were like 10 times better than any Telltale game, to be honest, and it actually felt like your actions did matter in that episodic game rather than Telltale game, because you get the illusion of choice in Telltale. I think I mentioned it before. I went into there thinking my choices will make a difference and people are going to live and die because of the choices that I make. But after the first couple of episodes, it was like, actually, if I chose something completely different, it wouldn't have made a difference because he'd still be alive and he'd still be pissed at me in the same way that he's pissed at me now, because they sort of twisted the story a little bit to make it end the same way. And
yeah, it always just seems to bend back towards the same thing, regardless of what you do. And it's a bit of a con, because I've been playing Until Dawn with my brother, and Until Dawn has proper consequences. If you fuck up with one person, the other person then usually dies. So it's even like the quick time events. If you screw up on the quick time events, it doesn't kill you and then stop the game. It kills the character, and then you go to another set of characters. So there's a great bit at the end where it's like kind of save this person. If you save this person, you sacrifice your life. And it's like, shit. It's like, oh my god, she just got her head torn off by a Wendigo. But hey, it's one of those things. Look, when it comes to it, it's a bit shallow. The gameplay is a bit shallow and the story's a bit shallow. But Telltale stuff, when you take the puzzles out of Telltale games, it feels a bit shallow. And that's an annoying thing, because I was going to play there's a Sam and Max game. I can't remember what it was. It's like something Beyond, and I was actually thinking about playing that because I like the puzzles, apart from the really stupid ones, and that's always quite entertaining. And the Sam and Max was a good game. So anyway, I'm going to stop blathering on about Sam and Max. So how do you feel about the whole Minecraft story mode thing?
I had no idea how they're going to do it, because I don't play Minecraft, but I obviously know about it, and I didn't know how that was going to quite fit into the Telltale episodic feature thing that they do. Sounds like it's a bunch of noobs playing the game, but they're entering a competition to like build stuff and whatnot. And
That's just the setup for it, because there's another part where they have, like, they call it the Wither Storm, because there's like a boss creature in it called the Wither. And if you make it, then a Wither appears, and you've got to fight the Wither, and then the other one's the Ender Dragon too. And it turns into this big storm thing, and it's just like literally consuming everything, and they have to figure out how to stop it. So they find the original people who killed the Ender Dragon in order to kill the Wither, which is cool. The Wither creature is good. The little pig in it, Reuben, is fantastic, and I decided that through the game I'm just doing everything I can to look after the pig. So it's like kind of, I tweeted out, "Nobody touches my pig," where a fucking cook gets hold of my pig, and he's like, kind of, "Oh, we can get some bacon chops out of this thing." So, no, you're not touching my pig. So yeah.
Okay, well, okay, just to sort of wrap this up, I know you're going to do a proper review on this, but are you tempted with an extra episode on this?
Yes, I'm going to probably go through the episodes until Dexter gets bored, I'll be frank with you, because it was nice sitting there and being able to play a game with Dexter and him to be interested and him to get really involved in it. Because what he did is after he watched it, he created a library and created an iron golem and had that patrolling the library, like in the episode 1. So it did have some things, but I'm buying it more for Daddy Dexter time rather than me play time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So hey, if that was the goal and that got the desired effect, then in that case it was a win. Even if the storyline didn't play up to all expectations, but I'm going to see how it goes with you guys, because I think my boys, they keep chatting about Minecraft. They want to have a go, so I'm going to keep an eye out for what your review is.
Okay, cool. I'll probably get Dexter to do the review, I'll be honest with you, because he liked it more than me.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll let the boys watch it.
Okay, cool. Right, so let's move on to the next story, which is Rocket League. What happens in Rocket League when you go up to 88 miles an hour? I'll tell you what happens. Nothing happens. But they've released a bit of DLC which allows you to have the DeLorean as a Rocket League vehicle, which is fantastic. The downside is, do you see some serious shit happen when you hit 88 miles an hour?
You'd probably get a few lines behind the car.
Yeah, I hope you just get a flaming wheel tracks. But it's one of those things that looks... I like these little bits of DLC, and it's annoying because it sounds really awful. It should be like a 60 pence piece of DLC. It's a £2 piece of DLC.
That's going to be £2 for a car.
I bet you it's probably 60p goes towards the people who own Rocket League, and the rest goes towards whoever owns the rights to what do you call it?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Thanks. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's really irritating, but it's nice. These things are nice. If you want it, get it. It's not the end of the world, but it's a cool piece. It's a thought. Someone has went, "Oh, we should be really good if we have like Knight Rider and the Back to the Future car, maybe the Ghostbusters vehicle, and all these other things through." And I think that you may be seeing other things like that. So you might see the Ghostbusters van, because I don't think the Ghostbusters van would be, not Ghostbusters van, the A-Team van would be too hard to put in that.
Yeah, I quite like those suggestions, actually. Yeah. They've already got Sweet Tooth in from Twisted Metal, which I like and I do use on occasion. But, for £2, just to drive a Back to the Future car, which you haven't been able to do in any other game, I don't think. Well, maybe probably a couple crappy ones, but...
Telltale's Back to the Future game.
What, proper driving?
No, not proper driving, but you got to
exactly
climb all over it while Biff was trying to steal it.
Yeah, so proper driving it around, controlling it. Yeah, do you know what? It might be worth dropping the £2 on just to have it. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Anyway, so let's talk about the EA Star Wars Battlefront thing, because we've played it last weekend, and now we've it stepped away and things have simmered down. There's a few things that have come up. Let's go for the first one, which is a really irritating one for PC users.
Yes.
And I'll let you talk about this one.
Okay, so for PC users, they're getting a bit pissy with EA because there is no VoIP, no voiceover voice connection between PC players in a team. They've basically gone and said, we're not giving you as players on the PC the option to be able to talk to each other as a team. So if you go into a game and you want to be able to organize your squad, your team, you can't. The only way you can do it is by using third-party software, and that is their official standpoint. No, we don't have it in game, but if you want to talk to your friends, you can use your normal thing like TeamSpeak or Mumble or Ventrilo. So for me, if I was to buy the PC version, I'd do that anyway with my mates. No biggie. But there are a lot of people out there who would want to be able to talk with their team, not bark orders, but sort of like, try and organise things a little bit.
Well, in your case, it's bark orders.
In my case,
it's usually telling us all to run out in front of you as we get shot, and then you kind of just pick off.
No, mine's more like, stop doing that. You're fucking shit. What are you doing? Fucking hell. It's more like that. It's no real encouragement or any sort of actual actions to take on board apart from being shit.
So no leadership, just abuse.
So yeah, so
that's how it runs, Nigel. No leadership, just abuse.
So pure management. So basically, a lot of PC players are sitting there going, "Well, do you know what? It's just given me yet another reason to not buy Battlefront on the PC." I've already cancelled my Star Wars copy on the PS4 because I literally had trouble playing a console FPS. I can't do it. I tried playing it with Gareth. I did okay, but on the PC, it's point and click, isn't it? So I'm all right at that. I can do that. Can't do it on the PlayStation 4, so I cancelled my my pre-order on that basis. And
just on another note, when it comes to the VoIP thing, sorry to kind of tread on your words there. As far as I know, the Xbox One and the PS4 don't have VoIP in the game.
They don't have it either.
They just have it over the party chat system, which they both have.
So what they're allowing those guys to do is you create a party outside of the game. But if you remember, we were playing a game. What was it? We were playing Rocket League, weren't we? And we were in a party together, and we were in a game with somebody, and we've gone, we'll invite you to our chat.
No, it wasn't that. It was Dragon Age Inquisition.
That was it, Dragon Age. That's it.
Dragon Age, and we were playing with some Dutch. I think it was some Dutch fella who was having some trouble.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can do that on the PlayStation, and I expect you can do it on the Xbox.
Yeah.
It was a player we were playing with, and we're trying to get stuff done. Invite him to our chat. I mean, you can do that through the PlayStation. However, I don't think you'll be able to do that. No, you will not be able to do that with the PC because people will need to know your private IP to connect to your TeamSpeak or Mumble or whatever. Know the password for it, and are you just going to give that out willy-nilly to people on your team? You don't know who is that.
Yeah. Or just on a note, because you're probably more familiar with this, Origin doesn't have a chat system on it, does it?
I've not played on Origin for a long time, and I don't think so.
Because I know Steam has a chat function.
Steam's got a chat function, which isn't great. But I'm remembering back to Battlefield 4. I think there was it was when you loaded Battlefield 4, it didn't load the game immediately. It loaded a web page, and from that web page, you could talk to your mates in a group, and you could either turn on or off the VoIP within that, and then you can go into a game. And you could either use the VoIP from them, or you could use your own personal one. And I think you could also talk to your teammates. But this is,
it's weird. I just checked Origin on the Mac side, and it doesn't seem to have a voice chat function. Well, on the Mac app.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, you can't talk to people on your squad, on your team. Sorry, and all the games in this are to be played with other people.
And
but always going to have people to play with.
It does seem a little odd. It seems very anti-team. It's like kind of
They're team games only, and it's very anti-team. Yeah.
We don't want you talking to your other team members because you just insult them.
Yeah, you just sort of have to guess where your mates are going, where your teammates are going.
But then again, saying that, I've experienced things where it was a great one. I think I recorded it. I have to see if I can dig it out. Where I was playing, what's it, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and I'm playing, and you can hear this girl, and every time she gets shot, she just yells "cock" at the person who shot her. And it's like you hear this like, bang, and it's like cock, and then literally every time I recorded it because it was fucking. I found it hilarious because you just cock, and she was dying like every so often, and it was brilliant. I have to see if I can dig it out. I think it's probably stashed on my hard drive. But that was cool. But saying that, they had 9 million people play the beta across Xbox One, PS4, and PC. 9 million people play. That's fucking. I haven't got a breakdown of the numbers to know where it was most popular, whether it was on the Xbox One, the PS4, or the PC. But 9 million people for a beta. That's like kind of. I hope they're expecting to get 9 million copies sold.
No, they won't.
Why do you say that?
Because there'll be people like me going, I didn't like it, and they will cancel their pre-orders, or they'll go, I've played it, don't like it, and I won't buy it. There'll be a lot of people, trying it out to see if they actually like the game before they go and pre-order it or buy it. I don't think they'll get 9 because of that. Because I was a pre-orderer and then I've cancelled it because I can't play this game with a controller, and I would have preferred to play about a Star Wars game on my console rather than on my PC.
But that's not necessarily. See, the reason for me not getting it is the one I'm burnt out. I'm so burnt out on Star Wars. If I hear "I am your father," it's like a cue for me to lunge and punch you in the face. That's how a kind of Star Wars affects me at this point in time. It's those 3 films have just destroyed every good memory that I had of Star Wars, and it's taken all the goodwill from it. And it's like this new film's coming out, and I know that Keith will be, it's just going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be average, Keith. You're going to watch it and go, oh, there were some Star Wars bits in it, but it kind of left me wanting. Yeah, how that it'll be. I kind of left me wanting. That's the kind of feel I get from it. So the game I felt was good. Just as long as it's all like Attack on Hoth, because they have put other modes in there.
Yes.
Which
you've got some other modes in there. You got like a hero, villain, hunter, carrier experience type thing. So you've got one person is the hero, and then you've got 6 or maybe 7 other people playing who have to kill the hero. So you rack up points as the hero, as for the amount of times that you kill the people who are trying to kill you, and then the person who actually manages to kill the hero then gets a go as being the hero next time. So you got that sort of mode. You got heroes versus villains. So each side has a hero or a villain, like Darth or Luke or I don't know, some other bloke, Boba Fett, and on each side, and you get points every time the opposition's hero dies, but he can keep respawning. And I think the opposition's hero is not player controlled. It's probably going to be AI. Some sort of drone thing where you have to find the drones and hold them for a while.
Droids, mate, droids.
Star
Wars, mate, you're talking about droids.
Yeah, sorry.
Real life, they're called drones.
Droids. And then you've got a cargo thing. It sounds a little bit like Battlefield Hardline. You go grab the cash and you bring it back to your cargo, basically. But it's not cash. It's going to be something else, isn't it? It's got cargo bits. So they've got some different modes in there. I think they're basically taking modes off different games and sticking it into theirs, which is right. They're allowed to do that, and I think it's a good idea to do that. It gives a bit of variety to the game because it's a game without a single player campaign. So I would have loved for this game to have a single player campaign where you play through the first 3, the original 3, Gareth, the original 3 stories as, I don't know, somebody who's helping Luke or something. I don't know. But
Wedge
would have been
Antilles.
interesting.
A whole game based around Wedge Antilles. It'd be terrible.
A wedgie, sorry.
Wedge Antilles. He was one of the characters who was supposed to be like Luke's friend, and they cut him pretty much out of the film, but you only ever saw him on the Attack of the Death Star right at the end of Star Wars.
Oh.
That was just because you were saying, and that's how it described it. Oh, you want it being fucking C-3PO, because that'd be terrible.
Yeah, that would be a bit, cumbersome.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, I think they could have done that. Could have lent itself quite well to it, but they've chosen to do wave-based games instead as a single player or co-op. So
It's I don't know. Look, I think it goes like this. If you played the Star Wars beta and you loved the Star Wars beta, get the fucking game. Because I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you played the Star Wars beta, hated it, don't get the game. Yeah. If you played the Star Wars beta and you went, not sure, wait. that's what you should do. Yeah. If you played it and went, then by all means wait. If you just hesitate ever so much, just fucking wait, because it'll come out, blah blah blah, and you can get it. They've already announced DLC for it. Yeah, and you can buy season pass, and oh my god,
they've done the same with Battlefield 3 and 4. So yeah, they did do that before.
And Hardline.
And Hardline, yeah.
So Hardline's numbers. As I say, Hardline numbers were so poor that EA didn't even bother publishing what they were. That's how bad they were.
Yeah, I played the beta on that, and I went, "Is that it? Is that really everything that Hardline is? There may be different maps, but really, I couldn't be asked to play it. They could have, stuck a bit of variety in there, but so I can really understand that. But okay, so season pass, I think it's 50 quid.
Is it 50 quid? Oh shit! No, well, that says 20 on the thing in the article. It says $20, but
no. What they're saying in the article is, as long as they don't start trying to sell us emotes for 20 quid.
Oh, okay.
As in Destiny.
Destiny, yeah. Oh, fuck hell.
Yeah.
Just shake my head at the whole
it was
thing.
On the Origin store for this game. It is 50 quid. Right. Okay. For the PC version on Origin, it's 50 quid.
So it's going to be 55 on a console version.
It was 42 for the PS4, and on Amazon it was 39. But if you bought the download, it was 50 quid because it has come through Origins. Bollocks, mate. Just get a physical copy. It's 10 quid cheaper. And on Origins, I looked, and it was about 90 quid. Including the season pass. They called it deluxe or something. It might have been 90 quid, 99 quid. So it's about 40 quid for this season pass. Really?
This whole season pass microtransaction bullshit is pissing me off. Yeah, if you wanted to extend your game, you had a way of doing it before. They were called add-ons. Yeah, and what you did is you genuinely expanded the game. You didn't hold content back, because that was the other thing that kind of fucked me off. When I looked at the menu, and you looked at the menu system, and it's got like kind of a 3 block by 4 block system, and then finding out that some of those blocks are missing, you're going, they fucking they pigeonholed that for DLC. What the fuck?
Yeah. I've done it in that. They've done it in that sort of format, so you could add a block for DLC later. Okay.
It took them 9 months to develop it to get to where they are now.
9 months.
9 months. That's just pretty fucking impressive, considering that most people do that and fuck up royally when it comes to AAA game.
They've probably used the Frostbite engine, so they didn't have to build an engine. They've just tweaked it.
I think it's Snowdrop. Sure, it's Snowdrop.
Might be a version of it. I don't know. Okay.
But hey, it's one of those things. Okay, let's just move on to a nice little quick one. The Homeworld, which I love, released a Shipbreakers trailer, which I couldn't find too much information on, and they just kind of hinted at some gameplay of like kind of ground combat. So I don't know if it's going to be you're going to get to fly your ships in Homeworld from one planet to another, and then have some ground combat while some space combat's going on, and then how are they going to shift it between the two, or is it just going to be ground combat on its own and this and the other, because it'd be mad trying to manage a fucking ground assault and a space battle all at the same time. Did you see the trailer?
Yes, yeah, it looked like your standard RTS to me, but I'm not a real big RTS fan because I'm shit at them. So I'll be quite honest with you. If you played me at that, you'd absolutely beat the shit out of me on that. I don't know. Do you know what? That would add a second dimension to a game. I think you said this game was up in space before.
Yeah, the original version was you had a big spaceship, and it was great because you had to control the 3D aspect and everything. And the add-on, which they used to expand it, called Cataclysm, was really good.
Yeah, so it could be interesting how I don't know if they just go, you need to take over this space first with a space battle type one, and now you need to like colonize the planet by doing the battle planet one. I don't know. It might be a way of prolonging the game a little bit.
Yeah,
prolong the life.
It's just nice to have kind of an expansion on a game. But I know that Shipbreakers were I think the original Homeworld team, and then they broke off and did their own thing, and then blah blah blah, and they kind of come back to it, which is always kind of good for us fans of that game. Anyway, should we talk about Fallout? Because I love Fallout. Fallout's the one game it looks good and I'm excited for, and it seems to be okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Fallout 4 the most. Absolutely.
So did you see the live action trailer they had?
I did. That looked really good, actually.
For a moment, because they mixed it with CGI, my brain was like going, "That CGI dog's really it's real." It was like, that CGI dog's really it's a real dog. It's a real dog. That you can't get them that good, not yet.
Yeah. Not even if you work for the people who made Call of Duty dogs.
Yeah, Call of Duty dogs. Fuck it. And hell, it's like, this game features a dog this season. We're going to forget tanks and controllable vehicles. We're going to have a dog.
Look at that dog. It's lovely.
And
then
the
gameplay. Don't care about the gameplay. Look at that dog.
And then the next one is look at the hairs on this guy's arm. We'll shave them because they're fucking gorilla style.
At least he blends into the undergrowth if he's wearing short sleeves.
Fucking like Omar Jalili, because he's a bloody hairy fella, isn't he? But that trailer looks absolutely fantastic. They've also talked about their new companions and stuff. So we've got some companions. A guy called Preston Garvey, Dog Meat, which Mr. Handy or Mr. Gutsy, depending on what it is, and one called Piper. There's supposed to be more in it, but they're the only ones that they kind of said, definitely got these ones in it. I thought, that sounds interesting. I wonder if they have like a super mutant style Fawkes character in it, because that was good.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, when it comes to companions in Fallout, all I really need is a floating storage unit. Just a floating storage. Yeah, that is only what we're using for, is a giant floating storage unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there was another thing too. You thought that this was the trailer created by Guillermo del Toro's production team, even though he's vowed to stay away from games because he reckons he's cursed.
Yeah. There's an assumption made by the Metro saying that it could be Guillermo del Toro, his company called Miranda Studios, who made this Wanda trailer. It could well be. You never know, but he might be staying silent because he says he's sort of cursed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he genuinely reckons he's cursed because every studio that he's had any dealings with shut down after he fucking had done it. So I think he had 3. I think he had some dealings with THQ, Konami, and another company which I can't remember. And they all went belly up and went down. You should try EA.
Yeah, you should try EA
or Activision.
Yeah, I was thinking of MT.
Then again, they probably wouldn't respect him on a creative level, so I don't think he'd even get that close.
Yeah.
You remember the PT demo, don't you?
Yeah, I remember you playing the PT demo.
double fuck. I've still got PT saved on my PS4. I'm never deleting it. I'll be sad the day that my PS4 hard drive breaks and I can't have the fucking demo. It's fantastic. It was great, but a company wanted to try to recreate that PT demo and make it into a game, and they were going to call it Allison Road. And it looked fantastic, and it had a Kickstarter and everything. The problem was that the Kickstarter failed. They wanted £250,000 or $250,000, I can't remember, to get the Kickstarter up and running. And then after they got the Kickstarter, after they did do that, they go through all the things. They had like tiers, like you get with Kickstarter and whatnot. It failed to do it. It got to 145, and they pulled it, which is, a bit shit. But on the bright side, another company, Team 17, renowned for horror games. Do you know what horror games that Team 17 came up with?
No.
Worms. I'm not joking. Team 17 was games like Worms, really into their horror games, and they have, I think they have kind of made the Allison Road team part of theirs, and hopefully that will get the Allison Road game up and running, because I will definitely buy that, and you'll definitely have a playthrough or highlights from a playthrough of me going, because if it's anything like the PT demo, it was a gorgeous game. So yeah, it looks fantastic. If you haven't seen the trailer, go see the trailer online for the Allison Road. The graphics are photorealistic. Is probably the best way of describing it. They're better than they were on the PT demo, especially if you see any of the stills for it. You got kind of, is this a game, or is he just taking pictures of his house? Maybe that's
yeah, absolutely.
But if you watch it, you can see that it's like that. But it's got the corridors with the narrow things and the high tops and whatnot to make you feel a bit claustrophobic and whatnot. I want the game to happen. I didn't realize it was on Kickstarter. I think I would have put some money towards it if it was on Kickstarter. But on the bright side, they pulled it. Hopefully, everyone got their money back from Kickstarter. It was a bit shit.
You don't pay on Kickstarter until it's been funded. So if it's 100k and they make 95, and they only get pledged 95k, it's failed and nobody gets any money taken.
Oh, good. Oh, that's a good thing, because because I'd love to have. I think it's if hopefully this thing will see the light of day. On the bright side, Konami can't fucking cancel it.
Yeah.
Yay! So Konami
no claim, bitches.
Yay!
Because fuck Konami.
Fuck Konami. Yes, I actually agree with that wholeheartedly, because of the stupid fucking nature of them. Okay, so when we talk about video games and stuff, and I always find it strange that the media never takes video games as seriously as they should do. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Okay, Age of Ultron. Yeah, whatever it made in its opening, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain doubled. Yeah, so it made $179 million on its opening day in comparison to the $84 million in its opening day. This is why you need to take video games seriously. There's a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money in it. It's mad when you think about that. Yeah, you think, especially Grand Theft Auto. When Grand Theft Auto opens, actually saying that, when Grand Theft Auto opens, no one's allowed to release a big budget blockbuster or anything on the same weekend that Grand Theft Auto opens, because it affects the cinema so much.
It will. Everyone who was planning to go and watch a film, they're just not going to, because they're going to play GTA, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's weird, because Age of Ultron's made over $1 billion, and I imagine that Metal Gear Solid will make over $1 billion. Stupid Konami people, you'll be missing that money when it's gone.
Yeah, because apparently it only cost them $80 million to make,
and they were probably fucking. I bet you they whinged that shit was over fucking budget. Yeah, they whinged that shit was over budget. Yeah. And that's why we got Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, which was just the most pathetic fucking piece of software I think I've ever played. It was a good piece of software, but it's pathetic. It was literally, run down the hill, here's your friend, run back up the hill, here's your other friend, run to the helicopter. That's it. 3 fucking stages, yeah? If you blink, you'd miss it.
Yeah. Although it took me a long time to do that, and that's because I don't know much about I don't know much about Metal Gear. I don't know how to play Metal Gear. I was struggling playing it, and well, I've always said from the start it's not my sort of game, and it just sort of reinforced my view of nah, it's not for me. And I was hoping it would change my mind, and I might go, yeah, do you know what? I'll buy that. That's pretty decent. It's changed my mind completely. That didn't reinforce it. Still despise it. Still don't think it's a very good game, but that's my opinion. It's not for me. It's for you. Definitely for you. It's your sort of stuff. But
I'm more sneaky, shooty.
and I'm not.
That's what I said to my son when I got the Nerf gun out. I'm going to be Mr. Sneaky, shooty. And it's like I just like kind of sneak up, like shoot with the Nerf gun.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious. Something else I find hilarious is the Xbox One Connect, the severed head of Johnny Five with its not stereo camera. Apparently, according to Microsoft, people are still using it.
So they are spying on people's usage.
Yeah, they are spying on people's usage. And here we have evidence. We have evidence that they are spying on it. But they're saying people, the vast majority, are using it apparently. So let me get this right. Yeah, you removed the Xbox One from the bundle. Yeah, and then you dropped the price to sell more, and you sold more units. But people are still using the thing. It's either one of two things has happened. They haven't sold many units since they removed it, or he's just got his fucking figures the wrong way around.
Yeah. I think he's talking about people who had bought an Xbox One which came with the Kinect. Out of those people, they're still using it.
Yeah, but that doesn't
they
count.
Haven't bothered to unplug it yet, basically.
If people were buying, what do you call it? If they were buying it and adding it on, then that would be fine. That would make sense. But at the moment, it just sounds like bollocks.
It just sounds like people have bought it when it was mandatory. They bought it when it was mandatory with the system, and it's been plugged in with the system, and they just haven't bothered to unplug it. Yeah. And every so often, the camera picks up a voice command, or takes something that he's saying or she's saying as a voice command, and that is something that they've been monitoring to see if people are still using the voice commands and whatnot on it.
Along with the NSA.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like I've got a PSN camera, and the only thing it's really useful for is Rabbids. There's like Rabbids TV game that I play with Dexter. That's it. That's all I really use it for. It's nice because if I haven't got a mic or anything, I can use the mic on that. And if I want to do broadcasting, I can use that as my face cam. But outside that, it's pretty fucking useless. And I think Sony figured it was pretty fucking useless, and they didn't make it mandatory. So no, don't dare sit there and try to fucking reignite the Kinect thing, because just don't do it. All right, it's an optional peripheral. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because if all of a sudden they go, we're going to put a Kinect back in all the bundles. It's like, no, don't, no. You're doing fine. Leave it. Yeah. It's weird because it's like kind of there's no plan to scrap Kinect. And it's one of the technology behind it is great. Yeah. It has got some like learning algorithms in there, which other pieces of technology haven't got. Where the technology behind it's great, but the implementation of the technology that it's got is fucking terrible. So yeah, I don't want to think. It's just terrible.
Stop thinking then. Let's talk about
something else. Until Dawn. Hang on a second. For some reason, I've got Jurassic Park playing in my ear.
That's going to be the article,
That's going to be the article. The worst thing is that's just ruined your channel of audio. I'm going to have to fucking filter that bastard out. Anyway, Until Dawn, has had better sales than expected. And I'm not surprised because, unlike the Telltale games, it had genuine consequence and genuine threat. And playing it a horror game where you get to control these people inside a setting was good. Annoyingly, there's certain situations and things that you couldn't control and do, but the game experience overall was fantastic. And I know we talked about this on the Geeky Corner. I can understand why it did better than expected, because it's a good game. It's a good game. It's not your typical game. It's not this game that's going to have hours of longevity, but when you play it for the first time and you go through the whole thing, you go, wow, that was deeply satisfying.
I can imagine, yeah. I haven't played it, but I've only seen you guys play a little bit of it, and do you know what? Yeah, I can see it can really pull you in, can't it? The story wise, the graphics look really good as well,
and the adaptation, the stuff that it does to, because I was playing it through with my brother, and it's guy showed us a picture, and in the picture you saw a creepy scarecrow and a big open field and whatnot. And it asks you a question. It's like, kind of, what do you find creepy about this picture? And Alex said the wide open space. It's like, all right, fair enough, the wide open space. So the guy makes a note of it. And then what he didn't notice is the scarecrow with a hook for a hand. And then my other brother said, when he played it through, he said the scarecrow with a hook for a hand. And when they were walking down the hill, which is fucking the longest walk ever, to this cabin, I am not joking, we were taking the piss out of it. But it's all atmosphere. It's not. It only exists to create tension. It's got nothing to do with practicality. It's just to create tension. You're going down this hill, and if you say that you were scared of open spaces, it makes it dark, so you can't see what the fuck's going on. But if you were scared of the cloud, then you could see what was going on. So it kind of like asks you about the details of it. And there's other things like, kind of, do you like pigs? So there's a bit where you hallucinate and see giant pigs' heads and whatnot, and it genuinely affects the game. And that's coming back to the Telltale games, which we started with. The Telltale games are kind of missing. It doesn't have this massive divergence in the storyline when it comes to these things, but Until Dawn definitely had more feel of consequence than that. And it's a great game, and I can understand why it did well. And I hope they do a sequel, but it can't be a sequel like Until Dawn 2. It has to be, I don't know, they're trapped on an island getting attacked by zombies, blah, 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 and then they have to figure out what's going on, even though I've just described Dead Island.
Yeah.
I've just described Dead Island. Something along those lines. I think, there was a TV show called Harper's Island, and they were literally kill a character off each week until they discovered who the murderer was, and they kept the murderer very quiet. They didn't tell the person who was the murderer until I think it was like second to last episode where they revealed him, and it was a fantastic TV series. If they could recreate something like that, yeah, you don't have to have a creepy Wendigo or anything like that. You can do this, and if you've got a good story, you can tell it. And I think that's the route I'd be most excited for.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be good to see what they come up with next. I think they are talking about what it could be, and they don't want it to be Until Dawn 2. I think they want it to be slightly different, but yeah, they do think it's a little bit early, but yeah, we'll see.
It's like kicking those story ideas around before you do it, so make sure you got a decent kind of meaty story.
I reckon they will.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so, because it'd be as hard as hell to do a thing to that. But it's, as I said before, it's one of those games. It's this weird thing, because my advice for this: if you don't look very interested in this, yeah, come back around about March when it's probably about 20 quid second hand. Get it, and then you can sell it when you're done with it. But you'll have a decent playthrough for a weekend game. And make sure you play it in the dark, headphones, this, that, and the other, because it's a good game. I liked it. Anyway, I think it's time we shamelessly plugged ourselves, Nigel.
Let's do that.
I just dropped a USB key. Yeah. So we have a YouTube channel, which you're probably not watching us on now. You're probably watching us on our second channel, which is our Gaming Roundup channel. But we have a main channel, which is Gaming Face Punch. You can find it at youtube.com/user/Gaming Face Punch. And on there, you'll find our videos that are done in a much more refined format with some brilliant editing and whatnot. And Nige is now fucking getting the knack of it. So yeah, it'll be fantastic. So you can watch that. You can also find us on.
You can find us on Dailymotion as well. If you like Dailymotion and you don't like YouTube's, then you can go there and follow us. Yeah, I think our videos actually go out there a little bit earlier than they go out on YouTube, so it's worth having a look there as well.
Yeah, We also have a Twitter account, so you can follow us on Twitter. Please follow us on Twitter. Have conversations with us. We'll try and talk back to you. It gets a little bit frustrating now and then because sometimes people send messages through and we kind of miss them. We apologize if you're one of these people that we've missed. Just keep hammering at us and just yell Gareth's right. Just put the hashtag Gareth's right and whatever it is, or Nigel's right or Keith's right, and all of a sudden we'll start paying you attention. We also have a Facebook page. Come over there, like us. You'll see our posts and stuff go up on there. It may be easier for you to get in contact with us via that. We'd love to talk to you because we talk to some great people across YouTube. Yeah, there's a guy we started from the beginning called Dank Pineapples. There's Gerzo we've been chatting to, Leonardo McTurtle, who's another good guy we talk to, the Cartridge Kids. There are loads of really cool people, and we'd like to meet and chat to you. If you've got any suggestions for stories, this, that, and the other, tweet us, send us things in. We can't promise that we'll cover it, but we'll definitely have a look at it and give you a thank you or a shout out.
Or we'll even discuss it with you if you want.
We're up for that.
Yeah, so if you've got a Google Plus page, you can pop over to Google Plus and follow us. I'd recommend following both the Gaming Roundup channel and the Gaming Face Punch channels on Google Plus, because then you'll get notified when we go online with Gaming Roundup, so you can watch us live, or the Gaming Face Punch channel, which will give you a notification whenever we put a more refined, smaller video out, bite size, basically.
Yes, our bite size news, which is the way we're going forward with things.
Yeah, which is refined, and beautiful.
Yes, it's like our reviews have been. So it's like we just started using that format for them, and it's fantastic. What else do we have? We have a website, and on the website you'll find our occasional blog where we write the stuff that we talk about. And yes, we genuinely write the stuff on there. We also have 2 podcasts, the Gaming Roundup and the Geek Corner. Now Keith is back for the Geek Corner, so I imagine he's probably got a lot to say because he hasn't had his chance to geek out over a load of stuff for a while. So me and Nigel probably won't get word in edgebase for the next 2 episodes. So enjoy us talking on this one.
Yeah, I'd like to just say my apologies in advance for that. And good luck, people. I hope you get through it like us.
Yes, we are good. But on the bright side, we will be ripping the piss out of Keith at every available opportunity. So, yeah.
Fair game.
Yeah, it is fair game, I think. I think it's one of those things. But yeah, we've got that. We've also got a Blogger account. Blogger account is kind of like the history of Gaming Face Punch. So if you want to come and watch us on Blogger, you can come watch us on Blogger, and it's all cool in the old school.
Yeah, and the last thing we have is a Player.me account, which I'm probably forever saying this. I don't know how it works. I don't. But you're able to follow us, and on there it automatically will show you the latest videos that we've got uploaded onto our channel. So that's a decent place to have a look and see what we've got available. I think you could probably talk to us there as well if I could figure it out.
I have not looked at it at all. I'll be completely honest with you. Anyway, this was the roundup for week 42. I've Gareth from Gaming Face Puncher, and
I'll be Nigel.
And we will catch you in our next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.